Before we get into the content, we'd like to encourage you to join the conversation in the comments down below. While you're down there, consider subscribing to Utah Football DNA. Make sure you smash that like button for your boy Darren.
That's right. All right, AJ, let's jump right into it, man. So, again, 8 days away from kickoff for Utah football. Super excited about that. They're in fall camp right now. Pads are on. They're hitting each other. Everybody's getting happy about everything, and you can, just smell it. I got some leaves on the lawn. It's getting close, man. Football season is here.
I'm so ready for it.
Yeah, I am too. It's gonna be a fun year. I
actually got an early start this year because I've started watching high school football, and I'm telling you, all in, man. High school football's a ticket.
Yeah, it's not big here in this part of the country.
It's not, and oddly enough, I'm a Cypress High School fan. So
okay,
just
shout out Cypress High.
Shout out Cypress High.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
doing well.
No, not doing well yet, but they're turning the right direction.
Doing well-ish.
Yeah,
always that qualifier-ish. We'll throw that in there.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah. But anyway, back on the college side of things here. Notice how we skipped over the NFL because, we did some videos on that and just no one watched it. So we just
sorry.
If you guys want us to cover it, we'll do it. But, let us know. We'll cover it. Anyway, so speaking about Utah football, AJ, let's go ahead and get back into that. What do you say?
Let's get it.
So we've had a lot of talks this week not this week, but this offseason for the Utes about different things, right? We had coaching staff, how, changing the coordinators, quarterback returning as we both didn't expect, which was nice. There's a lot of players that we've named that we've talked about. But there's one player specifically that we talked about that we were super excited when he came in the transfer portal from Washington State back at the end of 2024.
Oh, yeah.
He was the number 2 transfer running back in the portal at the time. And there was a nice little article here in East Idaho News. Shout out to the fam up north. The article was titled, Wayshawn Parker is chasing 1,200 yards. Utah is measuring something bigger. The article is by Steve Bartle. The article starts off by saying that he's hoping to finish, because he finished last season 20 yards shy of 1K. He's aiming for 1,200, AJ. The article begs the question, though, AJ. This is East Utah publication doing this. Why are we hearing so much? Why aren't we hearing anything about Wayshawn Parker this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly kind of the question, right? So to give a little bit of back history on Wayshawn Parker, this guy had 137 carries and 735 yards his freshman year at Washington State. So when the Utes hired his running back coach, Mark Atuia, before the 2025 season, Wayshawn kind of decided to come to Utah, and he really had a breakout year. Last season he had 149 carries on 981 yards, which fell just short of his 1,000-yard goal. But it's kind of cool to see that he bulked his goal up even further, right? So now, he's trying to hit 1,200 yards this season. Good way to hit 1,000 yards is to set your goal at 1,200. So I think what I like most about Wayshawn this season is in all of his preseason interviews, and there's been a ton of them, and they're excellent, but he just kind of has this new confidence about him, man. He seems way more team-driven than any of the years past. It really looks like he's kind of willing to do whatever it takes for this offense to go out there and be successful and this team to get a win every single week. So he seems like he's kind of embraced that true leadership role. And I love he's got so much pride about this offense, and that's really special coming from a running back that knows that he could have a potential, this could be a rough start, right? This offensive line's, essentially unproven. So there's going to be a ton of pressure on him this year to make sure the ball's moving, especially on the ground, and especially if they're passing the ball more. I mean, having success on the run is going to open up a ton of play action and do all the things. So we're going to lean really hard on Wayshawn Parker this year. And this kid's been special since he got here. And I think the work that he's put in this offseason is really, if he hits his goals, this team will be in the thick of it when it counts. I'm really excited to see Wayshawn this year.
Yeah, man. I think he's going to have a good year. Again, lofty goals, right?
That
he set for himself. And in this article, they also go on to say that they've rebuilt the O-line. They are going to be leaning more on his maturity as a player.
Yeah.
The lanes that he has been used to may not appear in similar timing week after week. So they're going to be asking him to be more instinctively savvy and be receptive in those cases because they're going to be seeing a lot of increased runs from him and with this new offense. So there's going to be some demand placed on him. So it will be interesting to see what happens. See if the pink cleats make their presence known this fall.
Yes. We're hoping for the pink cleats all year. You know what I mean? In case you guys don't know, the pink cleats appear as soon as Wayshawn Parker rushes for 100 yards. His agreement with Kyle Whittingham last year was if he rushed for 100 yards, he was allowed to keep wearing the pink cleats the next game. So, 12 games, 100 yards a game, that equals the goal there. So
yeah,
we're all for pink cleats every single game from Wayshawn.
Let's see it, man. We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below when it comes to your expectations of Wayshawn Parker this year in a Utes uniform, man. It's gonna be super exciting. I'm looking forward to it, man. And it's just, we saw this kid last year, right? And we saw him come up shy on that goal. But, man, this guy's dynamic back there. He's dynamic back there. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be expected to catch the ball out of the backfield a lot more this year.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was getting at. Yeah, and I think as long as he can catch the ball out of the backfield, I mean, he's going to be expected to do all the things, though, right? Because he's going to have to be a pass blocker. Mm-hmm. They're absolutely going to need him back there, especially if they're throwing the ball more. But, to be able to catch the ball and pass block, he is that guy that I think is, he's got the right frame at, 220 pounds and 5 or 6'1" or whatever he is. I think he's smaller than that, maybe 5'10". But I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, Wayshawn's he's a stud, man, and I think that I think he's on track, and I think he's going to have a really great season. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Speaking of that, AJ, let's go ahead and move on over from speaking about one player. Let's talk about another one here, AJ. There's another player we wanted to highlight this week. This one is actually one that popped up in an article on 247sports.com by JT Witcherchill. Witcherchill?
Dumb name.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
About Lance Holtzclaw. This article was titled "Utah Football is Lucky to Have Lance Holtzclaw leading the way." The article basically is titling that he's going to be leading the way. And honestly, AJ, that's going to be more than one, right? As far as he's going to be doing it, and which we'll get into here. The article talks about about pass rushers in the past for this team being nothing shy of elite.
Yeah.
You know who also is elite?
Me.
All 290 subscribers to Utah Football DNA.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We just hit that subscriber goal. Thank you guys very much for that. Now, Nate Orchard, if you drive around anywhere in Utah and you have your radar on, you're constantly reminded on how he's the mayor of Sac Lake City, which is something this article is claiming to be that this Lance kid's going to be his heir apparent, right? His stats from last season shows that he had 26 total tackles, 17 of those solos, 9 assist tackles, and 1.5 sacks. He also he was added during the winter portal window to address the Utah's needs at pass rushing. He drew a lot of interest from a bunch of different programs, but felt that Utah was the best fit for him, stating, "I kind of knew the philosophy, Utah and their culture, what they stand for. Definitely." Defensively, it's well known. People know how to play. They send the heat. They get after it. That's what I want to do. I want to have as many opportunities as I can to get after the quarterback. So that dude's coming in here with some research, right?
Absolutely.
He's 6'3", 227 pounds. Seems, like a heady player, man. Like very heady. And what I mean by that is just like there's a lot of understanding of his technique at the position. And his understanding of that technical side of things is high level. Speaking of which, on the high level, AJ, he was in D.C. in June. Did you hear about this?
I did.
So he got a chance to testify in front of the Senate Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee during a hearing on the Protect College Sports Act of 2026. By the way, that's probably the last time on this channel we're going to mention that.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. Non-football football stories here in Utah. But I think that's it's impressive because there's a lot of folks up there testifying. Everyone else that was up there was administrators, coaches, television partners, conference executives. AJ. So there's a lot of people that was on that list. But what was missing there?
Players.
Yeah, gosh, players, right? The people who are actually going there to watch week in and week out.
Yeah.
the ones who, when it comes to NIL, conference realignment and player eligibility rules and academic responsibilities, it is really nice to have somebody who had an impact on all this directly there, having a chance to give his voice, which I think is awesome. Something that we didn't talk about on this channel too much, but is worth noting here. But anyway, back to the football side of it, AJ. What are your thoughts on Lance?
I love Lance Holtzclaw, and if you guys don't follow him on social media, you're missing out because he's hilarious. He's always doing like a lot of the stuff on Instagram for the University of Utah, and he's always like interviewing people, and like he's awesome. So we all know that Utah has been a school that has always prided itself on a fast-moving defense that puts a ton of pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And yeah, I mean, you think back over the years, and you have guys like like you mentioned, Nate Orchard, Hunter Dimmick, Bradley and I. And then, more recently we've had guys like Van Fillinger. Last year we had John Henry Daly. So there's always one guy that sets himself apart and really leads this team in sacks. You can just tell he's the anchor on the defense. Lance Holtzclaw should be that guy this year. He played in all 13 games last year. He only recorded 1.5 sacks. I understand that, but this guy plays with a ton of energy. He leads by example. He's always out there. And he's really been someone that I've kind of been watching. I love to see him transfer from Washington. In case you guys don't know, my wife is a Washington football fan. So to see the transfer, I was like, we got a guy you didn't have. So every time I see him on the field, good things always happen. This defensive line is going to need more than one guy to step up for them to really find success. But I think having Lance out there, seeing some extended playing time, and being a huge part of this defense this year, that's going to be advantage Utah. So, Utah's in need of a new mayor of Sac Lake City, and I think Lance is that guy. So I'm really excited to see him on the field here in 8 days.
Yeah, might be getting a cease and desist order there, pretty soon.
Why would that be?
Huh?
Why?
Nate Orchard. He's going to get a cease and desist.
Because he's the mayor?
Because he's now the
like,
mayor.
I'm the new mayor.
Lance
Sorry,
is
Nate.
now the new mayor.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw him up on the Senate flare in that dapper suit, man. That guy means it all about his business.
Good point,
when he becomes the SAC leader here, he's not going to be like, hey, man, you're going to have to stop using that because I'm the mayor now.
Yeah.
I'm
the captain now.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. He's going to be like,
yeah, looky here.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. Again, I cannot say enough about that. And then what I loved is that on that Senate committee hearing, if you got a chance to listen to it, he didn't really take a side. His whole thing was that, hey, we need to be part of this conversation as well.
Yeah.
You need to be making this decision with us, not for us.
He's a smart, well-spoken dude, and that's always a good sign, right? Like, you get some of these kids, and you can just tell they've had no media training, but Lance Holtzclaw is class act. I've really enjoyed even listening to his interviews is always fun. So
yeah. Good kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I say kid because I'm older than dirt.
You're super old. Yeah, that's
grown ass man.
But I'm not.
I call him a kid.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Of course not.
No.
Once again, folks, we want to hear from you. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Again, to all of this is a pretty fast going channel, and we're expecting it to grow even more as we get closer and into the college football season. So everybody who's joined us, everybody who's been with us for the first year here on Utah Football DNA, absolutely love it. Thank you guys for the engagement. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Thank you for subscribing. Smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there for sure.
Boom, do it. Thanks for watching. We'd like to encourage you to join the conversation in the comments down below. While you're down there, consider subscribing to Utah Football DNA if this is the type of content you enjoyed. Also, smash that like button for your boy Darren over there.
That's right.